And we're here for a very serious... It happened anymore. We're not going to take it.
In Washington, D.C., Trump has announced that the police department is going to be put under federal control on top of the National Guard being deployed. And I really feel as if this is setting the stage for martial law, nationwide martial law with everything that you are seeing, because you've seen what just recently happened in LA, where he deployed the National Guard when the riots were happening. And now you have this. And here you have him talking about how Washington, D.C. will be liberated from crime, filth, and scum, and he will make it all disappear. He will make the Capitol great again. The days of ruthlessly killing or hurting innocent people are over. And he talks about how he fixed the border, 0 illegals in the last 3 months. And he says DC is next. And I really feel as if this is setting the stage for martial law. And there's a lot of crazy things happening in the year 2025, not just here in the United States. There is a lot of crazy things happening all over. Case in point, this video that I'm about to play comes from a guy named Cowie on TikTok. And he's talking about the digital ID stuff taking place in Australia.
The digital ID laws that are coming into here in Australia, we need to fight back. They'll make it that you can't access your bank account or anything anywhere. But you do understand, if you leave the country after you've made a digital ID in Australia, they will forever have control over your shit. They will follow you for the rest of your life. Apparently we're not even going to be able to make a Google search without it. Yeah. You won't be able to access anything. You're going to say, no, it's not mandatory, but you can't access your bank account without digital ID. No, it's not mandatory, but you can't do Google search without digital ID. No, it's not mandatory, but you can't pay your rent without a digital ID. They're literal snakes, these corrupt scumbags. I'm really concerned about this. I think life in Australia just got a whole heap more shit, and people don't even realise what's happened to them.
And people can think, oh, it's just Australia, nothing to worry about. I live in the United States, or I live in Canada or somewhere else. Nothing to worry about. Well, it's coming to a place near you, because apps are starting to create this idea of you needing your ID to access said app. TikTok, YouTube, Spotify will be requiring IDs if they feel users are under the age of 18. And that's where it starts. They are trying to do all of this in steps. And what all of this is boiling down to is this is all boiling down to the digital ID coming. And I really feel as if martial law is going to play a factor in all of this too, because I really feel that if Trump does activate martial law nationwide eventually, I believe that this is going to lead to the digital ID takeover, because they are going to say, hey, we have to identify you and make sure you are who you say you are, and make sure that you are here legally. I believe all of this stuff is being done by design. Every single thing that you are seeing, because this is unprecedented, what you are watching right now. A president activating the National Guard, or deploying the National Guard, I should say, in DC. I mean, come on. This is some wild stuff. And again, it's supposedly to do with crime. This is supposedly the reason that he's doing this. But honestly, I really believe there is a deeper meaning to all of this, because I believe this all ties into Palantir and everything else. And even look at this right here. This article was published on July 18th, talking about Mexico makes biometric identifier mandatory for all citizens. So again, this is happening in multiple different places. It's happening in other parts of the world, and you will see it happen here eventually in the United States, I believe. I believe what we are watching the slow takeover. We are watching the slow rollout of everything. This is why Trump is all about AI. This is why Trump is all about crypto, and the list goes on. Even his buddy at one point, which is still, him and Elon are still cool. They could pretend all they want that they had this beef, but they're still buddy-buddy. This is why Elon is all about the AI takeover. This is why Trump is in bed with Palantir and JD Vance. This is why all of this is happening the way that it is, because this has all been part of their plan. This is all part of their design. And this is why you have so many people still under the delusion thinking that Trump is doing everything good. You know, he's making America great again, and the list goes on. Because even look at this right here. Joint IDs for Australia and New Zealand. The Prime Minister confirmed the government were looking at joint IDs and driver's licenses with Australia. Oh, yeah. So this is all tying together too with the One World Order. All of this is going to lead to a one world order, a one currency system used all over. This is what all of this is leading to. And look at this right here. EU revives a plan to ban private messaging. So they're going to be spying on people's messages that are supposedly private, when you and me both know that every message that we send out, every time we are on a cell phone or a smartphone or whatever you want to call it, every time that we are on this, they are listening to us. Everything that we do on the internet, they are tracking us. They are spying on us daily. Don't believe me? There's a movie that just recently released. It's awful. It is, but it's called War of the Worlds. It's a remake, and it has Ice Cube in it. And they literally show you in the movie how they are spying on everybody. So they probably made that movie bad on purpose so they can show their plans, and people would not really think much of it because it's a terrible movie. And look at this right here. Even more articles on this. EU proposal to scan private messages gains support. How loving and kind. And if you don't believe for a second that this is coming here eventually to the United States or wherever you may be, you have another thing coming, because it definitely is. It's going to happen all over. And this is all tying into the coming mark of the beast system. Because like it says in the Bible, no man may buy or sell unless they have the mark. I'm paraphrasing that scripture, but this is where all of this is leading. This is why you have all of this talk about AI. This is why you are seeing Trump deploy the National Guard in certain parts in the United States. First, it was LA, now Washington, and it's going to come to more and more cities, I believe. First, it will probably start with the cities that are quote unquote dealing with crime, and then it'll move to other parts of the country, the United States. It's going to be all over. That's honestly, with everything that I'm seeing, this is all part of their takeover. This is all part of their plan. Their final phases are being put into place. And this is why Palantir has strong ties to the military and stuff. This is why all of this is happening the way that it is, because again, this is about their police state. This is about total control. This is about order out of chaos. This is what all of this boils down to at the end of the day, because Trump is part of the club. He's playing his role in the system. He's playing his role. He is part of the agenda. And this is what all of this is leading to, is total control, total takeover. And I never thought I would live to see days like this, but here we are. There is so much crazy stuff going on with the weather and everything else. And then you have all of this. And look at this. Trump on DC. We will bring in the military if needed. Oh yeah. Not just the National Guard, the military if needed. I mean, if you all can't see what is going on, I don't know what more I can say. If you all can't see where we are heading, where all of this is going, this is not good. This is all part of their plan, because these people are madmen and they want total control. They want a total takeover. They want a dictatorship, pretty much. I mean, we pretty much don't have free speech, honestly, to tell you the truth, with these platforms. We don't. I mean, they continue to take down certain people's channels, and you probably know who I'm talking about. Call. I mean, if that don't show you where we are at with free speech, I don't know what will. And what's very interesting is the fact that this starts the 33rd week in the year of 2025, and you see him deploying the National Guard starting today during the 33rd week of 2025. That's by no accident. That's by no coincidence, because again, these people are about their numbers. These people are about scripts. These people follow all of this stuff to a T, because they know exactly what they are doing. Again, all of these people are controlled puppets. All of these people are part of the system. So it's no surprise that Trump is doing this in the 33rd week of 2025. No surprise at all, because they love their numbers. They love following stuff to a T. They love their scripts. They love their rituals. And I can only imagine what else is to come. But at the rate that we're going, who knows what's next? Who really knows? But I'm finally back on YouTube doing content. And I thank you all for your continued prayers. I thank you for your continued support. And just as I was finished editing this show, Trump says that he may take control of New York, Chicago, and other cities similar to his approach in Washington, D.C. I mean, come on. The proof is in the pudding at this point. This is the beginning stages of martial law.
And we're going to have the same thing here. But then I'm going to look at New York in a little while. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's see. It's going to go pretty quickly. And if we need to, we're going to do the same thing in Chicago, which is a disaster. We have a mayor there who's totally incompetent. He's an incompetent man. And we have an incompetent governor there. Pritzker's an incompetent. His family threw him out of the business, and he ran for governor. And now I understand he wants to be president. But I noticed he lost a little weight, so maybe he has a chance. You know, you never know what happens. But Pritzker's a gross incompetent guy, thrown out of the family business. But when I look at Chicago and I look at L.A., if we didn't go to L.A. 3 months ago, L.A. would be burning like the part that didn't burn. If he would have allowed the water to come down, which I told him about in my first term, I said, you're going to have problems. Let it come down. We actually sent in our military to have the water come down into L.A. They still didn't want it to come down after the fires. But that was it. We have it coming down. But hopefully L.A. is watching. That mayor also. The city's burning.
And as always, please like the video, comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. God bless each and every one of you. And this is Truth Seeker signing out.